Dear students, in this lecture we will discuss about the global warming. The meaning of global warming is the increasing of temperature of the whole world, or the increasing of temperature of Earth is known as global warming. First, we have to understand the concept of warming. There are several gases are present in the atmosphere, which is known as greenhouse gases. The greenhouse gases are water vapors, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide gases, methane gas, and nitrogen oxide gases. The concept of warming is when the sunlight is entered into the earth, so these gases absorb the sunlight and functioning just like a source of energy. These gases absorb the sunlight, and after absorbing this gas, they also release the temperature from their atoms. That's why the earth is warming day by day, because these gases like the methane gas, carbon dioxide, SOx and NOx gases, they are naturally or in nature they are present in very few of amount or in few in percentage, but in modern time we have increased these gases in large amount. So these gases are the responsible for the greenhouse gases. Now we will discuss about the causes of global warming. Here I am discussing about the 4 different causes of global warming. First one is the burning of fossil fuels. You know, the fossil fuels, the petroleum products like petrol and diesels, these are the fossil fuels. And these fossil fuels, after burning, they release different types of gases, which is considered as the pollutant gases. Like this, when the diesel burn or combust, they release the SOx gases. And the petrol products after combustion, they release the NOx gases. So after the burning of fossil fuels, the NOx and SOx gases, they are emitting in high amount. So these are the causes of global warming, and these gases are emitted through the vehicles. Second one is the huge dam construction. You know, the dam construction is a very good example of development activities, but after the dam construction, a reservoir they may created, and this water is used for different purposes. You know that this reservoir is completely in this reservoir, the different types of vegetation, they may completely submerge into the water bodies, and these vegetation also release the methane gases, and methane gas is the responsible for the global warming. So after the dam construction, these reservoir gases, they release the carbon dioxide and the methane gases, and this one phenomenon is known as the carbon sinking. Second one reason is the loss of vegetation cover. You know, in the modern time, different type of development activity, they have lost the vegetation cover in terms of the forest cover. So the decreasing of plantation, this one is also responsible to increasing the CO2 gases, because the plant are helpful to absorb the CO2 gas and convert into through the photosynthesis in the food material and the oxygen level. So if we are declining the vegetation cover area, so the CO2 level may be increased and the temperature will increase. So the vegetation cover loss is the responsible for the global warming. And last one point is the modern building construction. You know that in the modern time we have constructed different types of buildings. You know, the multi-story buildings, and these buildings are also responsible for the global warming. When the sunlight enter into this area. So these the rate of reflection of light is decrease due to the buildings, and the temperature of that area they may increase, because this light, if you can see in the simple plain platform, then the light is fell down on earth and they reflect some energy, some light is absorbed by the material which are present on land, and some are reflected by the things. But the rate of this reflection they may decrease to the different building structures or high building structures. That's why the temperature they may increase. So these are the major causes of the global warming. In this topic, in this slide, we will discuss about the effects of global warming. Here I am giving some points, they are interrelated with each other, which indicates like the effects of global warming. First one, effects on the water crisis. You know the temperature will increase, so obviously there are adverse effects is shown. It's shown on glaciers. When the glacier will melt rapidly, and their effects on the water resources, and the water crisis will increase in near future. We have seen in past in South Africa, which indicates which is surrounding by the sea, but in some city like the Cape Town have faced the water crisis. This one is the effect of the global warming. Now the second effect on the loss of land. You know that when the water crisis will increase, obviously there are adverse effects and so on the land. The sea level will increase and water level will increase, and they will completely flooded area on the agriculture and the forest land. So obviously the forest and agriculture land they may decrease, or they may affected by the increasing of water level of sea. Third point is the loss of biodiversity. The biodiversity part is the living things, and they are directly related with our lithosphere, the forest land, agricultural land, and etc. So the water level will increase, so their effects, their adverse effect will be shown on the biological diversity, they may decrease. The next point of global warming, effects of global warming is disease. Several types of disease they may increase due to the increasing of temperature. In past, few researchers have been shown in their study that different disease they have introduced in such areas where the temperature is rising rapidly. In India, in past, few researchers or few scientists have been observed that the Himalaya regions, where they are well known for their biological diversity and good for their temperature, they have seen some mosquitoes in that area. So the presence of mosquito in hilly area, it also indicates the temperature is rising. In previous, many reports have been shown that the flowering of plant they are rapidly. So these are the effects of global warming. Next one is the climate change. Obviously the temperature will increase at global level, so obviously their impact will be shown on the climate change. The climate will be changed. We can understand this point like the cold region they become more cold, and the hot region, their summer regions, summer season they may increase in that region on earth. So the climate will be changed. So this one is the burning issue at complete world, or the international issue of the climate change through the global warming. Next point is the season change. Obviously the climate will be affected through the global warming. The season also affected through the climate change. So in that time you can say you can see that different types of season in a year. like major two seasons are the summer and winter. So the climate will change, so obviously the summer and winters here, they will be increase, expand in their time period. Suppose in complete world 12 month we can divide into 6 months for winter majorly and 6 months for summer. So the temperature will increase, so obviously their adverse effect will be shown on the season. So season will be changed, or their the time will be expand. And next point is the cropping pattern change. Obviously, the season will be affected through the global warming. Then their adverse effect will be shown on the cropping pattern. So, like we can understand this point, like so the summer season will extend. Obviously, their effects on the cropping pattern. We will grow the summer crop in high scale. Suppose the winter season will be increased, so the winter crops will be cultivated in large scale. So the crop, the pattern will be change. और obviously अगर crop का pattern change हो जाता है, तो crop they are the helpful to increase the immune system in the human being. So obviously क्रॉपिंग पैटर्न चेंज होने से ह्यूमन बीइंग के इम्यून सिस्टम पे भी इफेक्ट होगा. Next one is the flood. Flood, obviously the water resources they may affected, and then the glacier will be melt, so the flood will be increase in rivers and the sea level will increase. So these points will be shown, and they are happening. These points are happening in most of the area in the world, in countries, through the global warming. So the question raised is, how can we control the global warming? So the control of global warming, they are the first major point for the prevention and control of the global warming. First, we have to start the plantation, more and more plantation, because the gases, the main responsible gases of global warming is CO2. So first, we have to stop the CO2 emission in the atmosphere at the global level, and the last. Many international levels, many seminars, many conferences have been shown the increasing of temperature at global level, and they are focusing, they highlight the problem at global problem, the temperature rising. And now they have decided the developing, they are focusing on such developing countries. They are the responsible for the emitting of a large amount of CO2. So in future, they have promised at international level that they will reduce the CO2 emission at the in that country. So they are for this in this regarding, they are planting more and more planting at in that area, as well as they are also using the latest technology like BS6 engines, so that the carbon dioxide gases and SOx and NOx gases emission, they will be reduced. So this one is the first method, plantation. We can stop the global warming. Second one is the latest technology and strict law and policies. We have discussed in earlier lectures. In previous lectures, we have already discussed. These are the responsible causes. These are the responsible things and points which are helpful to reduce the global warming. In next lecture, we will discuss about the noise pollution.